So today I wanted to show you how we can create a just listed email campaign out of command. I know we're all really hungry to get our hands on some listings in this market, and once you finally do, I want to make sure you're able to market it the best way possible. What we're going to do is set up an email campaign that's going to go out to anybody that you've entered into your database here in Command. Our first step is going to actually be creating the body of the email, and we're going to do that entire process in the Designs tab. So there's technically 3 steps we're going to be doing with this. We're going to first be creating our just listed flyer. Once we create our just listed flyer, we're going to turn it into an email, and then once we create the email, we're going to finally put in the last little details and send that email out. So once you're in the Designs tab, up at the top, hit Create Design, and we're going to go ahead and choose Print, and then hit Continue. Once you're inside the editor here, along the left side is going to be all the different templates. In this case, we are just going to do a just listed campaign, but if you wanted to do one for just sold or open houses or anything like that, the process is going to be the exact same. You'll just change the wording around. So in this case, I am going to go ahead and click Just Listed. And up at the top, it does have a couple different sizes for me to do here. You could also do the social media sizes. I'm just going to go ahead and do a normal letter-sized flyer. Click on the one that you like the look of the best. So once you are inside of here, remember when you're editing that back on the home screen, you can add in your assets ahead of time. These are going to be things like your headshot that you're going to be using over and over again when you're editing these flyers. That way they're already in here for you and really easy just to grab and go. So if you see here, I'm going to click on the photo of this guy, and I want to change it to be my headshot. So I'm just going to go over, and now underneath my headshot, I have a Replace Image button. All I have to do is hit that Replace Image button, and my picture pops up right where his was. You can do this with any of the assets that you have. So then we're going to go in and continue making all of the edits that we need to complete our flyer. So don't forget to change out your logos, your name. The coolest part of this is that it does connect directly to the MLS. So if you're looking for an address to put in here, all you need to do is search that address up. You might have to scroll down a little bit to find the correct one. Once you do, it's going to have every single photo and every single listing detail in here already from the MLS. So a lot less work on you. You're not having to download, upload, and do anything crazy. Now I can do really easy edits. If I click on the photos on my actual flyer and go over to the left, that little circle, the Replace Image button, pops up, and we can just replace these images. Even better, you also have access to the listing details. So when it's asking you about the property and the bedrooms and the bathrooms, you have all that information right here next to you. If you're looking to edit any of the other text or anything on this flyer, if you click on a text box and double click on that text box, you can edit right there. If you're trying to edit something a little bit smaller, like my website and my email down here at the bottom, it's a little hard for me to see. So instead, I'm going to click on that text box, and up at the top where you see where you can change the color and the font, there's going to be this little button right here. It looks like a tiny rectangle, and it's going to say typewriter. If you click on that, it pulls up this box on the right side where you can edit. So once you've decided this is how your flyer is going to look, you can come up to the top and double click and go ahead and change it to whatever the address is. That way you can keep yourself organized in your gallery. From here too, we're going to go ahead and hit the download button, because remember, we are still trying to turn this into an email. So if you hit select file type, we're going to change it. Instead of a PDF, we want to go ahead and download it as a PNG, which is going to be your high quality image. Once I have downloaded that, it's going to go straight into my computer, and it's going to take me back into my gallery. Step 2 is going to be creating the email itself that we're going to be sending out. So in your Designs tab still, we're going to hit Create Design, and we're going to click on Email. And then we're gonna hit continue. Now we're just gonna hit start from blank. Now under these content blocks right here, there are 3 that we're gonna need to move over. The first block is gonna be our legal header. This is gonna have all of your agent information. Now it does look a little weird right now with all the brackets. It doesn't look like it's filling anything in, but I promise that it does. If you hit the eyeball, you'll see that it will populate all of your information in for you. It's just not gonna look that way when you're editing it. So you're gonna drag and drop that legal header over. Then we're gonna go ahead and grab an image block and drag it right underneath. Or under add images is where you can just drag and drop whatever you just created for this email. So I'm gonna bring that flyer that we created over. I'm gonna click on it and I'm gonna hit save. And you're gonna see that now it has put it right here as the full body of my email. And then the last thing we do need is the legal footer. This way you have all of the market center information that you need when you're promoting a listing. So if you go ahead and view the eyeball, again, it will show you what it's going to populate all that information into. You can, from here, under options, send yourself a test email. Once you are happy with the way this email looks, you're going to go ahead and hit save. I'm going to hit the X. And we're going to just double check, hit save changes one more time. Now our last step is taking that email we just created and submitting it as an actual campaign. So on the left side, you're going to want to go to the Campaigns tab. And up in the top right, you're going to hit Create Campaign. We are running an email. What is our campaign name? It is just listed for our address. In this case, since I've already created the email, I'm going to do brand awareness. If I was starting this email from scratch, I would maybe choose advertise listing. Now, where my campaign will run, always leave it as command email. You do get 5,000 free emails with command every single month. I'm going to hit create. And then fill in on anything it asks for. So we just created our campaign name. That's just for you so that you can keep yourself organized. The account is what email account it is being sent from. If you're noticing that this email is wrong, just reach out to me and I can show you exactly where to go to get that switched out. Under send to the recipient list, you're going to go ahead and create the list of people that you want to send this out to. If you have not created the list already, all you need to do is hit create list right here. And it's going to pull up anybody that you have in your contacts. If this was for your entire database, you would just go ahead and label it and then hit select all. Now, keep in mind, just in case, there may or may not be some arrows at the bottom for you to cycle through every single page if you have a bunch of contacts in your command. So keep an eye out for that. If you do have multiple pages, you will need to hit select all for every single page. Hitting it once is not going to get all of them going. You'll have to navigate through each page and then hit select for each one. Once you've added everybody that you want to this list, you're going to just hit confirm and it'll create it for you. That's when you'll choose it as the actual recipient list. Your send from is again just telling you which name and email your stuff is going to. So just make sure that that is correct inside of there. The subject is the actual subject line that they're going to see. So you may want to put something like just listed near you. That's going to prompt them to actually open up that email. And then under content, this is why we created the email ahead of time. I can just hit select design right here. And I have that email template already sitting right here at the top. So I'm going to click onto it. It's going to ask if there's any changes that I want to make, but I am happy with the way that this looks. So I'm just going to hit save and exit. And now on the right side, you'll notice that that preview of my email popped in here. So the last step is going to be to actually schedule or send this out. So I'm going to go ahead and schedule it out for maybe a couple of days. This is going to take me to my email dashboard where I can actually keep track of how that email is performing. You can see how many emails I've left for the month. And I can see what's going on, how many got sent, opened up, clicked on. If I click on the campaign name itself as well, it'll pull up all the different people and how they interacted with that email you sent off. From here, you can also go ahead and edit that email list you created. So anytime you add new people into your database, come in here and add them into your old database email list so that you're ready for things like this. If you have any other questions, you guys just reach out to me in the comments here.